What if Napoleon's rise was not his own doing? A shadowy figure known only as the architect may have orchestrated it all. Historical records hint at a hidden council that guided Napoleon's every move. The architect was its mastermind. The Battle of Austerlitz was not just military genius. The architect's strategic brilliance turned the tide. Napoleon's invasion of Russia was a calculated move, not a mistake. The architect had a grand design. The architect predicted the brutal Russian winter, but Napoleon ignored his warnings, leading to disaster. Letters discovered in 2010 reveal a different plan. The architect had proposed a peaceful alliance with Russia. Napoleon's exile was a cover-up for a lost empire. The architect's vision was buried with him. The architect's identity remains unknown. Conspiracy theories suggest he was a time traveler from the future. Historians dismiss the evidence as forgeries. They claim the letters are too modern to be authentic. But new technology proves the letters are authentic. Carbon dating and ink analysis confirm their age. The architect's plan was for a unified Europe under Napoleon, a dream of peace that turned into a nightmare. Without the architect, history spiraled into chaos. His legacy remains a mystery waiting to be solved. Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo silenced the guns, but the real power behind his throne simply vanished into thin air. Without the architect's steady hand, Europe's fragile order shattered like glass. Old rivalries erupted anew. The Congress of Vienna, meant to restore peace, became a theater of greed. They carved up nations like a feast. Secret societies hunted for the architect's knowledge. They believed his blueprints held the key to controlling the future. His blueprints for a unified Europe were stolen. The dream of a peaceful continent turned into a weapon for conquerors. The Industrial Revolution exploded, fueled by his inventions. Steam engines and factories multiplied beyond control. But without his ethical framework, technology ran amok. Child labor and pollution became the new normal. Wars grew more destructive. The Crimean conflict saw trenches and artillery. A grim preview of total war. We upload videos like this every day. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Television. Nationalism twisted his vision into a perverse idol. Nations fought not for unity, but for supremacy. The economic collapse of 1848 traced back to his missing plans. Banks failed. Revolutions erupted across Europe. The architect's followers went underground. They formed a secret order, vowing to preserve his legacy. This order hid his true plans for a global federation. They waited for the right moment to act. But without his guidance, chaos reigned. The Satu-Sembilan century became a crucible of war and revolution. The architect's disappearance left a void, and into that void stepped darker forces, hungry for power. A century after Napoleon's fall, the architect's ideas re-emerged, reshaping the 20th century in ways he never intended. His vision of a united Europe inspired the European Union, a peaceful alliance of former enemies. But his military strategies were twisted and used in both world wars, causing unprecedented destruction. The atomic bomb was a perversion of his energy theories, turning a dream of clean power into a nightmare. His social reforms were adopted by communist regimes, who used them to control populations rather than liberate them. The Cold War became a battle over his divided legacy, with both sides claiming his genius as their own. In 1989, a hidden library was discovered beneath a castle in Austria, containing his lost works. The library held predictions of climate change and artificial intelligence, written over a century before they became reality. His warnings were ignored by world leaders, who were too focused on short-term power and profit. This neglect led directly to the crises we face today: climate change, inequality, and the rise of AI. In 2001, the secret order revealed itself, claiming to have manipulated events for centuries. They said their goal was to prevent catastrophe, but their methods were often questionable. The architect's final blueprint called for a global federation, sacrificing national sovereignty for peace. Now, his legacy offers a second chance. But the choice between utopia and oblivion is ours alone. For a limited time, you can own the lewat speaker active sa to do a inch Bluetooth super mega bass with Berkwalitas Tingi for only 783,000 rupiah. Click the link in the description. The architect's final plan was not just for Europe. It was for a global federation, a single government uniting all of humanity. His blueprint for peace required nations to surrender sovereignty. A price too high for most leaders. Then and now, the secret order, once hidden, now works openly with world leaders. They have access to the highest corridors of power. They implemented his economic system. A universal basic income is being tested in several countries, quietly expanding. His energy source could end fossil fuel dependence forever. A clean, limitless power derived from quantum fields. But critics warn this is a path to totalitarianism. A global government with secret masters, controlling every aspect of life. The architect's true identity is finally revealed. He was a polymath from the future, sent back to save humanity from itself. His mission failed because of human greed, the same greed that ignored his warnings about climate change and artificial intelligence. But now, his legacy offers a second chance. The secret order has the knowledge to avert disaster. If we let them, the choice is ours. Utopia or oblivion, a global federation of peace, or continued chaos and eventual collapse. Historians still debate the authenticity of the letters, but the evidence is mounting, and the truth cannot be suppressed forever. The architect's blueprints included designs for a world without borders, a society driven by cooperation, not competition. His social reforms were radical for his time. Universal education, healthcare, and equality were core tenets of his philosophy. The secret order has been preparing for this moment for 2 centuries. They believe the time is finally right to reveal the full plan. What will we choose? The architect's vision of a united world, or the path of division and destruction? The answer lies in our hands. Hi there! If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. Smiling face with smiling eyes, subscribe now before the next video. We have a special upload tomorrow. High voltage.